There was once a time, guys, whenever men actually sought to create a beautiful physique just like a Greek god. Now this modern day man is very insecure, and he is more so just trying to add as much hulking size to his frame as possible, no matter how unaesthetically pleasing it may be. Now guys, this actually stems back all the way to the first book of architecture written by a name called Vitruvius. Now, Vitruvius believed that the male beauty and the perfect male physique was actually based off the hidden geometry all throughout nature, the secrets to the universe. Now, guys, about 1500 years later, a man known as Leonardo da Vinci created what is known as the Vitruvian Man. Basically, this is going to be the ideal male physique, and this is what they based all of their Greek god statues based off of this. So pretty much this is a guide, this is a map to create the perfect male physique, or at least get as close to it as possible, because if you can get close to having these same proportions based off this golden ratio, because this is in all of mathematics, this is all throughout nature, guys, this is a very important golden ratio. It's on your face, it's all throughout the human body, all throughout the human DNA. So if you can create a body based off of this, you'll be much more aesthetically pleasing than pretty much anybody else, especially all these hulking bodybuilders, all these people who don't lift at all. And then you'll just have a physique that's going to drive a woman crazy. It's going to have men respecting you. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. What's up, guys? My name is Austin Wayne. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, guys, if you're new to the channel, I would love if you smash that subscribe button. I'm growing an awesome community on this channel. Also, guys, follow me on Instagram at AusWayne with 2 S's. I post some really fire content on that platform as well. Let's go. Now, guys, before we actually get too deep into this video, I will just add this. I have been lifting consistently for 8 years, and this is my physique compared to that of a Greek god statue. Now, I've actually pretty much gotten very, very close with most of my proportions. So you could almost say that I have achieved the body of a Greek god. I'm also a certified personal trainer, and I've helped hundreds of people create this very same physique. Now, it's very simple to create, but it's all about adding muscle in the right places and being at a very specific body fat percentage. Okay, guys, so our first step to actually chiseling this body is going to be the body fat percentage. Now, specifically, we want to be anywhere from 6%, as low as 6%, up to 12% body fat. So this will be lean enough so that these proportions are actually going to be ideal. If you're not currently in this body fat range, guys, and you're trying to get these measurements and stuff, it's going to be completely skewed, because you need to be lean enough, guys. You do not want to have any body fat getting in the way of these measurements. So obviously, guys, to get to this body fat percentage, it's just going to come down to a consistent caloric deficit. Even if you don't currently have enough muscle, I always suggest cutting first and shredding to this single digits up to 12% body fat range. So guys, one thing that you can actually do is take your goal weight. Let's say you want to get to 150 pounds, I don't know. Multiply that by 10. This will typically be the most aggressive way to achieve this body weight. So do this 6 days per week, and then have a weekly refeed where you go up to maintenance, slightly over, with predominantly carbohydrates. So the best way to calculate maintenance is to take your current weight, multiply that by 15. So super simple, just be super consistent with it. Intermittent fasting will help, drinking enough water. Obviously, all these things will help. Getting enough protein, you want about 0.8 times your body weight in pounds. So it's very simple to shred body fat, guys. If you need help, schedule a free consultation in the link below. Okay, guys, so our first measurement is actually going to be our arms. So our arms, we actually want them to be 2.5 times wider than the circumference of your non-dominant wrist. So I'm right-handed. We're going to measure the left wrist. I actually do not have a measuring tape, so just imagine that I'm measuring myself, okay? So we're going to measure this left wrist. I believe mine is 6.5. So then obviously we want to multiply that by 2.5. So then this bicep, okay? So you want to put the measuring tape right on the peak. So you want to flex, and then right where it peaks, that's where you actually want to put the measuring tape. You don't want to have a pump. You don't want a whole bunch of glucose or glycogen inside the muscle, guys. Just like that, measure it. So if it's underneath the 2.5, this means that we need to get bigger arms. Now guys, the best and easiest way to actually get bigger arms is actually kind of the opposite of what most people say. So 90% of arm size, guys, is really just going to come from compound movement strength. So it's not going to be all the tricep extensions, it's not all the barbell curls, it's actually just getting super strong on pushing and pulling movements. So the best, probably the king of bicep workouts, is going to be weighted chin-ups. This will add a good frame underneath the actual muscles. And then in addition to this is obviously the tricep pushing movement. So the shoulder press, guys, the incline bench press, that's going to hit the triceps. And then you can do accessory work on top. This is whenever you pump it up with those bicep curls, with the tricep extensions. You just try to get really strong, really powerful, and then pump it up with glycogen and sarcoplasmic fluid inside of the muscle to actually get big biceps. Keep doing this, keep doing lean bulks, keep trying to add more and more size until it is at that perfect ratio. Up next, guys, this will be a pretty short one, but the calves should actually be the same size as the biceps. So 2.5 times the circumference of the non-dominant wrist, okay? So most people will actually not get to this just because genetics obviously play a role. Now guys, your calves are actually going to be 90% genetic, and the best actual, pretty much the only calf workout that you can do is going super heavy with isolated seated calf raises. If your gym doesn't have this, honestly, I don't really suggest any other calf workouts. Like just doing standing calves with weight, it's not going to be effective enough. You need to really, really isolate it with the seated calf raise machine. And then I've noticed that if you stop training calves, all that muscle that you built goes away pretty quickly. Okay, so this is going to be the second key to creating this Adonis ratio. Now guys, the chest should actually be 6.5 times the circumference of that non-dominant wrist. So the best way to actually measure this is we don't want to flare the lats. We don't want to do anything like this. Just take the tape measure all throughout it. And then the thickest part of your chest, that's where you actually want to have the measuring tape. So maybe right there, then go all the way around. Don't flex, anything like that. Just be very, very natural with it. Now guys, you also want to have a flat, strong, powerful chest, just like a plate of armor. So it's not about just hulking size, it's about aesthetics, it's about beauty. So you should actually be focusing on incline bench press, getting as strong as you possibly can with this. I prefer barbell just because it's better for those rotator cuffs, guys. Now, you also want to be doing flat bench. I actually like to alternate. I notice they feed very well off of each other. If you maybe have a week where you focus on flat, and then you maybe have a week where you focus on incline. They help build each other up, and then it's going to help you build just that plate of armor chest. So this is also going to be key, guys, to creating that Adonis golden ratio. We want a chest that is big enough, but it also needs to just be really, really aesthetic. So if we're just doing decline, if we're just doing flat, then it'll kind of look like boobies almost, and that's not what we're going for. So you want these striations in the upper chest, guys, and this will really add to that Adonis golden ratio. All right, guys, now the legs. Now I will just add a picture of my legs here compared to that Greek god once again. Now I've gotten a lot of hate for this, guys, but it's so easy to overdo your legs, and so many people, their legs look like crap, their physique looks like crap because they're just stacking on all this weight into their legs because they're doing leg days like 3 times per week, and then their physique looks like absolute crap. Now take the circumference of your knee, so mine is 14 inches, and then take the circumference of your upper thigh, so mine is 25 inches. This is actually going to be the Adonis golden ratio. So you can overdo this very easily just because the legs grow so easily. Now the best leg workouts, guys, is going to be barbell back squat, Bulgarian split squats, pistol squats, and you can add weight to these pistol squats as well. Pretty much, guys, my ideology when it comes to leg training is you want them to be strong. You want them to be powerful, almost like a warrior. I'm not saying to neglect leg training. I'm saying to focus more on explosive movements and adding lots of strength to your legs rather than just pumping them up with all this glycogen, with all this sarcoplasmic fluid 3 times per week. It's not necessary, guys. You're adding way too much volume to the legs, and you can't even fit into slim-fitting jeans. You don't even look aesthetic in your clothes. Like, you don't look like a male model, anything like this, because you've completely ruined your legs. So train legs 2 times per week and just focus on getting very, very strong. So the rep ranges of like 5, 6, 8, reverse pyramid training. We're not looking to add a whole bunch of size. If any part of the leg deserves the most size, it's going to be that little teardrop right above the knee because that looks so sexy. It looks so aesthetic. The best way to build that is going to be with leg extensions. And now guys, you already know how important that shoulder to waist ratio is actually going to be. They've actually done studies, guys, and they've shown women pretty much what is going to be more valuable to them. Having a big package, being tall, or a strong shoulder to waist ratio. And 75% of them, guys, chose the shoulder to waist ratio. So guys, we want our shoulders to be 1.61 times wider than the circumference of our waist. Now, as a natural lifter, it's very difficult to actually get overly developed shoulders. So this should pretty much be like your primary basis whenever you're training. So guys, the king of all shoulder exercises is going to be the standing military press, okay? You can also do seated dumbbell shoulder press. This will also be amazing. But guys, you should be focusing on reverse pyramid training. So it's like 5, 6, 8 with longer rest periods of 2 to 3 minutes in between. And then after you crush a couple PRs on this, guys, then this is whenever you pump up the shoulders with the high volume lateral raises, the front raises, the rear delt stuff, all kinds of stuff. So this will just give you those 3D delts and that shoulder to waist ratio that will really just change your physique. Now guys, I'm also going to add that you also want to have a V-taper back. So this is going to come from weighted chin-ups. In addition to this, guys, we also want a very shredded and ripped core, just so that you really have those aesthetics of the Greek god. And then on top of this, guys, I also believe trap training is quite sufficient. And then neck training, I'm actually going to make a video on that. But my neck has gotten quite a bit bigger as well. And these will all help you guys just create that beautiful physique. Just the most aesthetically pleasing physique possible. That is our goal. We're not looking to just have this really unaesthetically pleasing physique like a bodybuilder. We're trying to create that classic Greek god sexy look. That's what we're going for, okay? That is it for today's video, guys. Once again, I'm a personal trainer. If anybody watching this needs help with their fitness goals, hit the link in the description box for your free consultation with me. Now, guys, I've helped hundreds of people achieve this same physique just like a Greek god. So if you want to be next, hit that link in the description box for your free consultation. Now, once again, guys, if you're new to the channel, I would love if you hit that little subscribe button. I'm growing an awesome community on this channel. Also, guys, like this video to push it out into that YouTube algorithm. That is it. I'm going. I love you guys so much.